You can be great at scheduling, tracking KPIs, and writing flawless project plans. But the moment you're expected to lead people, everything changes. Welcome to the Project Management Masterclass, the show where project leaders are made. This platform exists for one reason. Tools don't deliver projects, people do. That's why the Power Skills Academy was created, to help project professionals master the skills that actually move the needle. Emotional intelligence, communication, collaborative leadership, and strategic thinking. The skills that elevate your influence and make people want to follow your lead. If you ever thought, what am I missing? This is your answer. Visit www.developpowerskills.com. The link is in the description. Now, here's your host, Brittany Wilkins.
Before you hit that out of office and pour that end of year glass of wine, let me ask you, did your projects grow you this year or just drain you? Whether you crushed your goals or you're crawling across the finish line, this episode would help you close the year with intention and prepare for a powerful 2026. I want to walk you through something that I've been thinking about, reflecting on, and strategizing on. This 5-part framework or 5 steps so we can wrap up our projects, reflect on our growth, and reset any systems that need to be reset so we're not just going into next year in survival mode, but going in it with clear intentions and leading with clear outcomes in the first quarter of the new year. So I'm going to walk us through this 5-part framework, our steps, and hopefully this helps you have some better clarity of how you want to close out the year and how you want to plan for your 2026. So let me start with step 1. Let's close out the year with intention. First things first. It's all about the project closeout. This is the time of the year it's kind of tempting to let kind of loose ends dangle. Some things may roll over into the new year, but a strong close will help set the tone for what's next. So think about it from these perspectives or these things. In the projects you're leading or the programs or whatever the task may be at hand, are there any final deliverables or objectives that you feel need to be clarified? Is there any scope? Is there any constraints that you feel need to be clarified and need to be kind of tied up, closing out this year and coming back new year ready to kind of pick up the momentum? Are there any processes that are outdated? Or is there any documentation that needs to be updated or maybe even need to be started for some of the processes and some of the things we did this year but didn't take the time to write out the process or write the standard operating procedure? Is that something that needs to be closed out and archived properly? As we know, at this time of the year, many of the stakeholders, many of our team members, many of the people that we work with internally or externally, our clients, will be going out of the office. So are there any wrap-up notes, any critical tasks that need to be done before everybody heads out on holiday season? But also for this year's project closeout, have you in the team dedicated any time to celebrate, even if the project program wasn't perfect, even if it was an imperfect win? Project management isn't just about completion, it's about closure. So for your team, for you and your stakeholders, try to find ways to close out the projects the best way you can this year and leave no confusion behind heading into the new year. Step 2, I would encourage you to reflect on the year. Every project tells a story. The real question is, what did you learn from yours this year? What story did the project tell? Maybe it wasn't the story you hoped for when you started off, when you kicked off 2025. But nevertheless, it's good to pause. It's good to reflect on the journey. But you can even use this method. Try using the start, stop, and continue method. What should you start doing to lead better? Do you feel you had some shortcomings, some gaps that you would like to address heading into 2026? What do you need to stop tolerating or overcomplicating? What's working well that you should continue and that you should scale? And if it's working really well, is this documented, as I stated in the project closeout and closing with intention? If something's working really well, if it's a process, if it's a tool or a system, is it documented so that it can become part of the regular operational rhythm? So this isn't just a reflection. It's how you turn experience into strategy. Step number 3, consider auditing your systems. Let's be real. Some of the tools we were inspired to use, maybe we went to a conference this year, maybe we sat in a webinar, maybe we got free demos, maybe we got free trials, and we brought these tools into our tool suite, and many of them just kind of lost their flair per se. And some of the tools are now collecting dust or even creating drag. They're part of the problem. So ask yourself, as you're auditing systems, what processes to you feel bloated or even redundant? Which dashboards or reports need to be cleaned up or retired? Do these dashboards still make sense? Do we need to start from scratch and create new dashboards? That's part of one of our objectives for the new year. What felt very manual to you? What can you automate before January hits? A good system saves you time, clarifies your value, and reduces chaos or gets you to a state of organized chaos. So don't start the new year with outdated tools. Really think about all of your systems, all your tools, all the tools you use for reporting, all the processes that you have, whether they're manual, semi-automatic, or automatic, and what can be done better for a smoother transition, for a smoother process flow for your projects or programs in 2026. Step number 4, set your intentions for the new year. So let's shift from cleaning up to clarity, really getting clear on. So this is the perfect time to think beyond the tasks and the deadlines. This is the time to focus on what is your vision for quarter 1? What's your vision for Q1? I encourage you to define one personal OKR and one professional OKR. Then map out 3 big bets or initiatives you want to lead or influence in early 2026. And remember this key tip. Leadership is not defined by how much you do. It's by what you choose to prioritize and protect. So get out a sheet of paper or pull out your digital notepad and really write out your intentions for 2026. It's a good exercise both personally and professionally. Step number 5, wrap up with calm and not chaos by any means necessary. This might be the most important one. How can wrapping up this year and going into a new year, how can you better protect your peace? Many of us have been wound up in the rat race, feeling like we're on the hamster wheel, but burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning light. So can you block off some time in your schedule, some time as you're closing things out, dedicate some time dedicated for a closeout week or a closeout session? And can you say no to maybe some unnecessary meetings that are maybe not needed as much of your time this time of the year? So it enables you to kind of really step back and take a real breath as everyone's trying to push towards the finish line and get as much done as possible heading into 2026. And as you're making that final push, And as you're wrapping many things up and trying to deliver on all the deliverables, ask yourself, what energy am I leaving behind in 2025? And what mindset am I choosing for 2026? Calm is not the absence of pressure, it's the presence of clarity. So again, I thought it was beneficial as I'm going through this exercise myself. I wanted to, again, share it with the community because I believe it will help us go into 2026 with renewed energy and renewed focus that is needed, because there's going to continue to be many of those projects or programs that will roll over. How do we come back with that renewed energy and focus to pick up that momentum? Things will shift in quarter one, so we'll have to adapt and be agile. Trends will emerge, and so how can we adapt to the trends and to the ever-pressing demands that will pick back up into the new year? But this exercise really helps to center us and prepare us for all the many different scenarios we can predict, and then the ones we may not be able to predict, but at least having a plan and clear intentions on where we would like to be heading into 2026. So let's recap the 5 ways to wrap up the year strong. 1, close with intention. Deliver, document, and dignify the finish. 2, reflect on what 2025 taught you. Learn the lesson so you don't have to relive it in 2026. 3, audit your systems. Trim what no longer serves your flow. 4, set your 2026 intentions. Choose where your leadership energy will go. 5, wrap with calm, mindfulness. Take a minute to breathe. It's not beneficial if we carry that burnout into a new chapter. So if you're ready to lead with power and purpose in 2026 and you're looking for new ways to grow, consider my course, Simplify Your Path to Project Success. You can find more details about it in the show description and in the show notes. Until next time, lead boldly, close mindfully, and remember, the greatest project you'll ever manage is you.
Thanks for listening to the Project Management Masterclass. If you're ready to lead at a higher level, explore the Power Skills Academy and start mastering the skills that drive real project success. Visit www.developpowerskills.com. The link is in the description. See you in the next episode.